Welcome back to Geek Out of the State. It's Friday, and we're having fun.
Yeah.
We don't have a producer today, so we're just Colleen is in the at the producer's desk, so she's doing the producing.
I have a question for you since I'm new to this whole producing thing.
Okay.
You had the whole like starting soon box in the corner.
Yeah.
I can see the red box where the text was.
No, you can't see the red box online.
Okay.
It's just on there.
That's all I wanted to know. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything like weird going on.
That's just what's active when you're...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's a thing. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't doing something wrong since I'm not well versed in all of this madness. No. So I can see Pinky, but I can't...
He says, good evening.
Evening.
Hey, Chris. How's it going?
I can see Pinky, but I can't see the brain.
Oh, let me...
Move them over because they're so adorable and I just got them. Pinky and the brain, Pinky and the brain.
Can you see both of them?
One is a genius, the other's insane.
We got these at Child's Play in San Marcos.
New Braunfels.
New Braunfels, yes.
New Braunfels. Yeah, they actually, they're a gaming store more known for gaming, and we were actually there. We've been trying to increase our repertoire of knowledge of games that have like thematically Japanese perhaps, or of some kind of Asian Oriental background, so that when we bring together Otaku and Game Expo, Vincent and I have more of that background so we can show people more of how that crossover can happen between people who love...
This is a huge crossover because there's a ton of games that are crossover worthy. Definitely. So I can't wait till we do that, but I don't know, we have an interesting... We have an interesting show today. It's been a while since we weren't on last week, but we're on this week, so we'll be talking some cool stuff.
So talk away, McDuck.
So talk away. So you saw on there on the title, it says, "Who's Poppy?" Who is Poppy?
Who is Poppy?
So
who's Poppy? She said. Oh no, I have all these songs in my head today. I don't know why. Go ahead.
So before I go into, well, what Poppy is, she's a pop singer, I would say. Is it pop?
I would say in a loose interpretation of it, perhaps she is a pop singer.
She is a pop singer.
She's working her way into that. Let's say that.
Yes.
Let's go with that.
But it was through Island Records, I believe?
Yes, through Island Records.
It's the same ones that sign Justin Bieber.
Yes, and some other YouTube person that is now like a pop singer. So they are looking in that YouTube crowd to see if they can find the next, pop sensation. So the Island Records is becoming kind of known.
And I heard her music. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought it was really catchy. So
we can't actually play it because of copyright and infringement.
But y'all
have to get like
y'all can use the magic interwebs. So
yeah. If you my most favorite song is Low Life by Poppy. There's an acoustic version of it too, which is really cool.
Is there really?
Yeah.
You've become Poppy obsessed. I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy.
I'm Poppy.
I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy.
Well, before we go into that, let's show you who Poppy is. If you go ahead and hit the video.
Okay.
Should cue it up.
I'm Poppy. 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 I am Poppy. I'm 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 Poppy. Will you do anything I say? I love you. It's Friday.
Now,
That's Poppy.
that's Poppy. That's Poppy. That was a that last part. Well, the first part is I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy. But that happened like 2 years ago, when she was first getting introduced into it. But she started out doing these videos with a director named Titanic Sinclair, which he's a mastermind behind all these videos, and I believe he worked with Jay-Z over some things, and Jay-Z says he has a super creative mind. And why did it disconnect? I hate when that happens. And yes, I'm a little bit of Poppy obsessed, not because of necessarily I'm like gaga over Poppy. It's just interesting, everything in the background that happens. Everything is in there.
So I think you're
like
more interested because you watched. So this is my theory on why Vince is interested. So Vince is interested because he watched some of the I'm Poppy stuff, and then of course the I'm Poppy stuff leads you to videos on YouTube of people explaining all of this background about who they think Poppy is, because the person behind the persona has done a lot to like keep themselves pretty hidden and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And there's all of this, Illuminati business and stuff like that. So
there's references and like her video Low Life to the Illuminati. There's references on Titanic Sinclair's website, where he has the all-seeing eye there. Poppy is seen a lot of times wearing eyes like all over her shirt, or she wears it everywhere. So a lot of that all-seeing eye, which has a lot to do with being representative of the Illuminati.
Right. So, and then you found, because you're like a web developer, so you found a link to some website that's like you can only get to if you know like code or something.
What happened with this is there was actually another Poppy before Poppy.
But her name wasn't Poppy.
Her name wasn't Poppy, but it was kind of the same.
Mars
Argo.
Mars Argo, yeah.
And which was also the name of the band that she was in.
With
Titanic Sinclair.
Right.
So he kind of did this, and he kind of did a kind of sort of the same thing, but it was him and her doing something called Computer Show. Oh, it's our computer show, and they would like do really weird stuff like Poppy's doing right now.
Right, because it's supposed to be an artistic representation of social commentary, of like pop culture and pop idol worship. So that's why it has that very like odd vibe, artsy feel, because that's basically that's what they're going for.
Well, they kind of did this kind of stuff. I mean, a lot of people are looking at it and they're looking at you like nobody's ever done anything like this before. They've done this before back in the like 60s and 70s. This type of like Andy Warhol-ish type of videography.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't as readily available to the masses like it is on YouTube. So people are experiencing this, this is really cool. They're trying to say something when people have been doing it for a long time.
Right. It's something that a lot of us have been saying for a long time about, excuse me, about like pop idol worship and...
Hey, the twin speedsters.
Worshiping and giving all your money and your attention and everything to celebrities and some of the things that Vincent and I have been saying, like about going to cons and spending money that way, and all the money that we spend to go like to movies and to buy merchandising. And so it's definitely a social commentary, of
That's
all
what
of
I'm
that
doing right
stuff.
now. Look, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all merchandising. which we all fall victim to this kind of thing because we like it.
It's got to go in the hole. You got to pick him up.
Oh,
You're putting it in
I'm
the wrong
putting
way.
it in the hole.
The wrong way.
Oh, this one.
So herein lies the rub, though, right? Because they're making these videos that are a social commentary about being popular, right?
Mhm.
And being in the mainstream and being in the media, and yet on the flip side of that, they're starting to get hundreds of thousands of views on their videos. They're starting to become popularized, and Island Records picked her up, and now she's doing pop songs as this Poppy persona. Because her name is really Mariah Poppy. I saw some video where they researched back and found like who she was.
Mariah is something else.
Something else.
Because
but then,
she went back and she was like, she's normal on those videos. She's normally like what you see there, kind of like peppy but monotone.
yeah,
Kinda weird like that.
and
And which kind of like Mars Argo was the same type of person, maybe a little more peppier for her, but it kind of goes against the grain of what society is kind of about right now, because
and yet it doesn't at the same time.
well, there's a duality there,
Right.
but don't you think that's what they're trying to poke fun at?
I mean, I think in a way, yes, they're trying to act like they're poking fun at it, but I also feel like they've done enough research over time, because apparently they've been doing this since 2011 and like testing these waters and trying things out. So I think that they've found this formula where they are different, but not really different. And they're pulling in people to raise their own popularity, because people do YouTube videos for the most part so that they can be popular, so that they can get their voice heard, so they can get their opinion across. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love teaching, but you know, I would not turn down, you know, $1 million a year or $500,000 a year from sponsors or something to do YouTube videos.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, let's be honest. And so
I wouldn't turn it down.
they're doing their social commentary, right?
Mm-hmm.
On this system that I feel like they are already a part of. Does that make sense? So I feel like it's kind of a sham to me.
But are they a part of it? I mean, are they really?
Backed by Island Records, he's worked with Jay-Z and some other celebrity
But that doesn't
before.
mean he has a whole lot of money.
Doesn't mean he doesn't either.
But it doesn't mean he does.
Okay, well, I'm the one who's always the naysayer, so I'm naysaying, and I say that I feel like everything is a scam, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everybody.
The Illuminati stuff, that's totally fake.
Yeah, I'm not
Poppy,
even like.
Poppy is an actress.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This is just a persona that she's put on.
But do you know
because
how
of
easy it is?
Titanic Sinclair.
We're talking about the Flat Earth Society. It is so easy to get people to believe what you say if it's on the internet.
But here's what I like about it. You were talking before, I was like, oh, because I'm a web developer, I was able to figure out this secret website that they had.
Right?
Initially, this website was readily available and you could click on it and you can get there. It was in the shape of a pyramid. It was a triangle. And there was like secret links that you could click on, and you could even like download like videos and stuff. There's one that you can click on, and you click on it, and then it zeroes in where your house is. So that's where they kind of get the thing, oh, like the Illuminati is looking.
Like they're watching
They're
you.
watching, but there's a code that you can write that can do that. It just like searches through your cookies,
Oh, really? Yeah.
which is not a big thing. It's totally local.
Like if you know how to do it, right? But
Yeah.
the layman doesn't know how to do it, so it sounds all big and mythical, and the Illuminati and Big Brother's watching me because I'm so important, right? Like, who cares?
Well, it has like links to like this church-looking website, which is like really dark, a darker looking kind of Illuminati-esque.
Yeah, I saw that one too. I mean,
So a lot of cool things
so
that they would go so. Okay, so I'm going through. Mars Argo and Titanic Sinclair used to be on grocerybag.tv on YouTube. That's where they did the computer show. So I was looking at it, I was like, you know what? Grocery dot, and it's spelled out .dot TV. So I was like, let me type that in as grocery, and then I just put one point dot TV. And then it redirects, and it starts like flashing some Latin phrase, and then it redirects you back to the YouTube thing. But when I was doing that, I was like, that took up a kind of long time to redirect. So I went behind and I took I went and viewed the source for that in between. And you have to do it real fast. You have to do, on Windows, you do like a Control U, I believe. And it'll bring up on Chrome or IE, or I usually use Chrome. And it'll bring up the source, the HTML source. I was looking at that, and it had a URL. So I just took off the page that was like redirecting, and I went to the main URL of that, which I think is like a Neosites website, which is one of those free internet things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it came up with this website. And I was like, this is really cool that they went to this amount of trouble to hide something that only certain people would be able to find like that.
It's almost like geocaching for like computer nerds, or for like, web developers or something, where you follow the trails and look in the code and find the web link and go there. And when you were looking at it, it looked interesting to me. I thought that it was at least interesting, like you said, that they had gone to the trouble to put all this together.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe they're going to make it to, at some point, like some YouTuber is going to leak, like not us, but some famous YouTuber is going to like leak, oh my God, I found this about Titanic Sinclair and Mars Argo, and if you go here and you go there, and then it'll be part of the Mandela effect or something, and then the Illuminati, and it'll all tie together, and it'll blow people's minds, but it'll keep them, entertained or whatever. So
yeah, I mean, because people
okay.
are saying, oh yeah, Katy Perry was like, she got so famous because of the Illuminati, and Beyonce and all these people are just like, no.
I mean, don't you think if you had a secret organization like that supposedly has all this power, like the Illuminati, that you would be able to keep it a better secret than what they supposedly have kept?
Don't you think? Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just an Illuminati naysayer. Maybe it's because a lot of people I know and students I know, they get so excited and they see the Illuminati in everything, and I don't know. I either feel like.
But do you not believe that there's like an upper echelon of people that kind of run the country? Has the status, even with Trump, has the status quo really changed?
No.
It hasn't.
And if you look at some of the big names, it's almost like living in a country town, right? Mm-hmm. And so you look at the Kennedys and the Bushes and some of the big, heavy hitters, and yeah, I think that there's got to be some. I don't know that it's necessarily people that we would even recognize, though. Does that make sense?
No, I'm sure it wouldn't be anybody like famous.
It's not like Bill Gates or anybody like that. It's somebody that you don't even know exists. Mm-hmm. That would be my thought. I don't know.
Like some old money.
Yeah. Like people that have passed things down and knowledge down, and I don't know. Maybe we all watch too many movies. Maybe there's always truth in legend. There's always truth in lore. Like there's always some. It's like that game you used to play when you were a kid. Did you ever play that game Telephone? Where you sit in a circle and somebody whispers something in somebody's ear, and then
by the end it's like not even the same thing.
Right. So I'm sure that there was some whispering somewhere of something, and we're pretty certain that the Freemasons are real, and that there's some merit to all of that and everything. So there were probably little rumblings and little things that turned into that game telephone, and it got bigger and it got changed and it became these other things. And I'm sure that there are probably groups, or people tied back to people that may have been there that were part of that group. But again, I'm not even sure that, like, people like George Washington and all of them, if there was an Illuminati even back then, that they were part of it. I feel like if the Illuminati is actually a thing,
he was part of the Freemasons.
He was part of the Freemasons, but I feel like it would have to be like separate. Like you wouldn't want to be involved. You would want to be the puppeteer.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't want any of your puppets to be in your organization, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't want your puppets to know that they were puppets.
Right.
To me, that seems like the most logical thing. But I don't know. Sometimes I overthink things. Maybe I should just leave it and be as simple as, like, a bunch of my kids are trying to go like on ancestry.com and stuff and try to find out, because they think that they might be secretly linked to the Illuminati because, like, they think that they're related to, like, George Washington or somebody, like, in history, and then they think they're going to find, you're a little kid, right? And so you think that you're going to go searching around, you're going to find some documents and stuff or find out that you're Illuminati or whatever, So that has been their new trend. They're going to go to ancestry.dna and find out that they've got Illuminati
and that's
DNA.
One of the things, and that's one of the things that they're exploiting right now with Poppy.
Sure.
But also with that, because there was a time where a lot of people were like worried about Poppy because they're saying, "Oh, is she in trouble or something going on with her?" Because of all the stuff that happened with Mars Argo. Because a lot of that stuff is really weird.
I just thought maybe they thought that she was mind controlled, because she seems like maybe
Yes.
she's drugged, she's mind controlled or whatever. Like, I can see how people, I guess, would think that, but to me it just seemed like
she would say stuff like, "I wish I could say something, but they won't let me," and she would just keep repeating that, and but it's kind of like a social commentary of how we in our society are so afraid to say anything because of backlash that we get for it. There's tons of things that I don't say on the air because
people wouldn't be too fond of your opinion.
People wouldn't be fond of my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
or they would be overly sensitive about it.
Well, and
we've come, as a society, we've become overly sensitive, hypersensitive.
Well, I'm pretty hypersensitive to begin with, but then I'm in a profession where I have to be very careful what I say and think and how I present myself, and you have to be cognizant of that. And I don't necessarily think that that's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
But I think that it can go too far. I think it's a slippery slope of all this, you can't say this and you can't think that and you can't think that, and then who writes the rules and who gets to say who thinks what and who says what and who feels what. And I mean, the whole point of being, this comes back to how I feel about the United States. The whole point to me of being part of the United States is you get to think and feel however you want, as long as you're not like harming somebody, like physically harming them. Even you don't need to emotionally abuse them, like directing it at them, emotionally abusing them, right?
You cannot agree with somebody and still be a decent human being about it.
Exactly. I totally agree. You can think that things are ridiculous. You cannot agree with them. You can have all kinds of differences and still be civil. Mm-hmm. You can still exist in the same neighborhoods, in the same city. And you don't have to like what people are doing, but you don't have to be ugly to people about it either.
No.
So I think that's where we had the disconnect. So now we're trying to go to the extreme opposite, where everybody just can't say anything, which I don't think we should be there either.
No.
Because I think that
lies somewhere in the middle.
Should.
Because it prevents us from moving along with our society. I mean, if something makes you feel bad, yeah, but that's... Why are we so afraid of our feelings that we would prevent something from being said?
I mean, I can come from... I can talk on the other side of that because I come from a place where I was, bullied when I was a kid severely, and it is affected, like how I see myself, how I treat myself, how I feel about myself. But I also learned not everybody's going to be nice to you. And sometimes you're going to have to work with people who aren't nice to you. And you're going to have to know how to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, smile, do your job, move forward, and then like go hang out later with the people who do get you, who do love you, who do support you and bring you up. Like that's how real life works. And it's not a terrible thing that that's how real life works. That's just how it works,
Yeah.
There's too many of us for all of us to think the same way, and why would we want to? And unfortunately there are people who aren't very nice and don't know how to not like you without tearing you down.
Instead of like tearing people down because, you don't believe the same way I do, educate them.
Right. Give them some information, give them some options, say your piece, and if they still don't want to go your way, then you guys don't have to be friends. You don't have to hang out. You don't have to be in the same circles. You may still have to share the same workspace, share the same street, that y'all live on.
Depending on what it is, I mean, there's some people that have political views that I don't agree with. I'm still friends with them.
Oh, truly, yeah.
And that's not something that. And then we've just gotten as a society is like, okay, let's like stay in our own little groups. So then we stay in our own little groups. We don't learn anything in those other groups because they all think the same way. So you don't learn, you don't advance as a society. Boss Squad says political correctness is taken away from our freedom of speech. Yeah, it has.
I agree. I would agree with that somewhat. Yeah, I would. I would agree with that. And I would agree with
but
for me being a geek
with that, you can also be a decent person and still
true, very true.
Have your freedom of speech.
But I think that a lot of us that are in fandom and in geekdom, we experienced it firsthand, and we've talked about this a lot, that it's not as bad as it used to be because of the mainstreaming of a lot of these comic movies and things like that. It's not as taboo and everything, but I'll give you a prime example. I am a grown adult, educated, pretty successful human being.
You're educated.
But I'm a geek. Okay? I like super dorky things. I, at 43 years old, love to play Pokemon Go. It drives Vince nuts how much I love Pokemon Go. I do not have enough confidence. I was at the post office today. I know that the post office is a Pokemon hotspot. I had to be at the post office, so I was like, I'm going to check at the post office and see if there are any good Pokemon here. So I open my app, and then I'm like hiding my phone so that the other adults can't see that I'm opening my app, and then I'm trying to look at it all sly and do this, like to try to catch my Pokemon that I find there. Mm-hmm. Because I can't just be open about it, because I know what people are going to be, like the little old man when we were at Graceland who had to make a comment about our geeky t-shirts. Like, aren't y'all too old to be wearing that?
Oh, I don't think it was at Graceland. No, it was at another hotel that we were staying at.
No, it was at the Hard Rock Hotel.
No, it was when we stayed before.
You always have to argue with me. You can't just say, yeah, that's a good story, honey. Yes, there was an old man that didn't like
no,
it.
it happened, but it wasn't at Graceland.
Does it matter? It's semantics.
Yeah.
You can just go along with me instead of trying to correct me, Nicholas.
It matters. It matters. Because it wasn't at Graceland. Because we didn't talk to anybody at Graceland. It was totally at Graceland. It was when we went
in the elevator.
What was that Six Flags that we went to?
Oh, yeah, that boring one that we thought that we were going to get to go to the Justice League ride, and it was really horrible. Where was that?
It was
Michigan,
close to Chicago.
Yeah, something like that. I think it was in Michigan. I don't remember. Something like that. Okay, well, it was one of those. Anyways, it's inconsequential. It's inconsequential.
So anyway, as we move along, and Hoodie is saying, so Loot Crate.
Would you like to see Vincent and Colleen argue some more? Tune in.
Tune in next time.
This is what happens when married people try to do things together.
It could be worse.
It could be.
But,
so yeah, I think I think to some point I still feel like people still feel like they have to hide some of their likes. I mean, is it, again, it's like hashtag first world problems, right? It's not that big of a deal that I have to hide that I like Pokemon Go, right? It's not like people are like, there are people out there that have it worse. Let's just go there, right? There are people that object to things.
Luckily, you're not thinking, oh, he just likes Poppy because it's a really pretty girl. It's not because of that. It has nothing to do with that.
Oh, I never even thought that.
It has to do with it. Well, I know you didn't think that, but other people would think that, I would think.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It's just that it's interesting to me. It's interesting, and it has something to say about society, and it gets me thinking. And that's a good thing. And that's why I like it.
I'm just jealous. I'm always jealous. I want to be internet famous. I mean, I wish I could stand on camera and go, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy. And then just like be instant overnight famous. I don't get it, but it's whatever. Darn Chewbacca Mom and Poppy. I have all the jealousness.
So, while we're here, I have a loot crate.
Loot crate, loot crate.
So, I forgot what this one was going to be. But I guess I'm going to find out right now.
It's going to be all the things. Okay, I guess it's good. Is it mine? Mine. Oh,
that's really cool.
Is it Old Man Logan?
It's Old Man Logan Wolverine.
Yes. I
that
loved
is really
the
cool.
heck out of that movie. I want to go see it again.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, you can see him. And he's one of those heavy metal ones.
Yes, it is. The metal die-cast deal.
Yes.
Great exclusive. It's heavy.
I love Wolverine. I mean, he's no Iceman, but he's definitely my second fave.
Oh.
What else? What else have you got?
This is kind of cool. It's a bottle cap opener. But what is it?
Oh, is it the Predator?
Yes.
Shut up. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, I like that one. Is it all things?
Yes, Doug. We know Freemasons are real, but I'm not so sure. Well, are the Freemasons the Illuminati that everybody thinks? But do they have as much control as people think? Oh. I can't read it. What does it say?
It says Primal Rage.
Primal Rage.
Is it Kong? Or is it...
I thought that was like a video game. Primal Rage? Wasn't it?
The heck if I know. You know I don't know. I don't do the video games. I don't understand these kids and their Pokemon. I like video games in theory. Yeah, it's a video game. True that.
Warning, do not touch fence. Electrical fence.
I thought you said warning, do not touch Vince.
Do not touch Vince, yes.
Warning, do not touch Vince.
Don't touch him!
Don't touch him! You'll get electrified. No! Yuck! It's Jurassic Park. Dinosaur.
So yeah. So explore the world of Primal. So like all these things are like Primal Rage kind of stuff.
Primal Rage kind of things.
Not like the, you know what I mean. And here's the pin.
There's the pin. Oh my gosh! I really want that pin, but our son will probably want it for his Panera hat if he can find any more room on it. You don't even use those pins.
Mine.
I already took all the rest of them. It's too
mine.
late.
This alone was probably worth it.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I don't know that we care anything about the T-shirt, but that's really cool. I really like the Predator bottle
I remember
cap.
playing the game.
It reminds me of Altered Beast. I remember that game. Yes, I like that game.
He says Primal Instincts, but they would say that it would be like Primal Rage, like.
Yeah, I googled it. Primal Rage. It was the name of the game. They came out with a Primal Rage. It's a fighting game, and they had a Primal Rage 2. But I remember it now that I see it. It's
Chris says, "Clever girl."
But yeah, remember Altered Beast?
Yes.
I loved that game.
I love that game.
That game was the best. I remember playing Primal Rage. But it's a fighter. It's like Street Fighter, but with like, you can be dinosaurs and big apes and stuff like that. It was like that kind of game. Yeah, I remember it now. I still like Altered Beast better. I liked, you know what game I liked that drove people nuts? Oh, what was the name of that game? Populous?
Oh.
Where it was like you were building the land and then you were
Yeah.
trying to build your cities or whatever, and then your cities would go to war and stuff, and you would try to take over the earth.
Yeah, like Warcraft. Like the original Warcraft.
Oh, is that what Warcraft is like?
The original Warcraft.
Really? I never played that. I just played Populous. I liked that game.
Hoodie says, "I'll give Colleen my loot crate, TMMT Tiki cup thing."
Oh, did he?
Cool.
Who did he get?
Who did you get for that?
Who did he get? Because we got Raph, right?
I don't remember. No.
No, I got Donnie.
You got Donnie.
Yeah, I got Donnie. Never mind. I got Donnie. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah, we got Donnie. I'm totes excited.
And then I don't know what the box is.
Who
It has,
cares?
like-
Put it in the recycle bin.
Yeah.
That's what I'm terrible.
It turns into something.
I liked
into
the
a
box.
box.
I liked the box that was Harley Quinn's hammer. We kept that one.
Yeah, that
I
one was
liked
really neat.
the box. I like the box that looks like the apothecary. I'm gonna put that in my room. But most of the boxes I just put in the recycle bin. I mean, I don't know. They're boxes. You just recycle
Oh,
them.
look, all C and I.
Oh, wait, I switched it. Are
Illuminati.
you serious? There's Illuminati there, too, geez. Because you talked about them, they
'Cause I
knew you
talked
were going
about
to
it,
talk
yeah.
negatively about them, and now the all-seeing eye is in there. So, we've talked about Poppy singing her little Poppy songs.
I'm Poppy.
And you do know that I geek out over singing, and that I used to be a gleek.
Yes, we're both Gleeks.
Were you really?
Yeah,
Really?
really.
For real?
Yeah,
No, you weren't.
yeah.
I have a Glee CD that I listen to in my car. Uh-huh.
I can listen to that on Prime Music.
But you don't.
I do.
You don't.
I'm
Are
like
you
this.
serious?
Of course, today I was listening to Poppy all
Oh my
day.
God, you're obsessed. I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy.
He says Leonardo, I think. Ever do other subscription boxes? I haven't yet.
I don't. Do they have a DC subscription box? Because you're a DC guy. I know they have a Marvel subscription box, but I don't know if they have a DC subscription box.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I had looked at I think
And Hoodie
Fun
says
Pro-
he loves Glee. I love Glee too.
I love Glee. I don't know. I had looked at a couple of subscription boxes for Vince, and I didn't feel like they were as much bang for the buck as Loot Crate was, and I didn't want to double down because Loot Crate's not cheap. Like, it's not. So I was like, I think spending money on like one was all I was willing to do, because you do
Yeah.
get a lot of stuff that you don't necessarily want. I get like a ton, and I wish I had worn them. I had them on my head before I came out here. The sunglasses that are the pixels, like they're orange around the outside and they look pixelated like 8-bit sunglasses. Like, people will tell me, like, the drive-in people and stuff are always like, oh my God, I love your
yeah.
sunglasses. The kids are like, oh miss, your sunglasses are totally lit. I'm like, I know. So that's a geeky item that I wear all the time and people don't say anything. Like, if I wore my Shredder sunglasses, people might think I was weird, but I do wear the 8-bit
They're
sunglasses.
for a little kid.
Yeah.
They don't even fit.
So anyway, back to Glee, because Glee has a
He
connection to
loves
something
pixel
we were
art. I
gonna
like pixel art.
something we were gonna talk about. Glee.
Glee. So, Grant Gustin
Yes.
and
Melissa
Benoist, which were both on Glee.
Mm-hmm. And Blaine, I forgot his name.
And
I don't know the actor's name.
yeah, I forget his name, but Blaine was on there too. He was the
Music Maestro,
Music
right?
Maestro. They were on Flash, and
Yay.
it was another Flash
Darren Criss.
Supergirl. Yes,
Darren Criss.
crossover. So, no, I like what I saw, but like you were saying, there probably needed to be more singing in there. It was a musical, so there was a lot of just
Okay, I have been waiting. How long have I been
Acting.
asking for this episode? 2 years? Like since Supergirl came out.
since Supergirl came out. Yeah,
I was like, oh my God, this has to be a thing, right? They were on Glee. This has to be a thing. And then, I don't know if everybody saw the YouTube video, and I don't know if we can show it, but if we could, I would love to show it, because it's Joe, and it's, I think, Cisco, and it's the guy that used to be the boyfriend to Iris, the blonde guy that dies. They're all singing the song Serenity, right? From Firefly. Thank you. They're amazing.
Yeah, they're really good.
Plus, the dude that's in Legends of Tomorrow that used to be the dad on Alias, he has a really good voice too. So they have all these heavy hitters. Little do I know, I didn't even know that the little boy who plays Win on Supergirl, Corpus Christi, he's a Broadway star. I looked him up after I heard him like belting out songs on Flash. The boy's got chops. So they have all these heavy hitters when it comes to like singers, and we got 4 songs maybe?
I think so, yeah.
I say boo, do-over. Like I want a do-over.
Yeah.
I liked it. Don't get me wrong.
Do all of them do the Arrowverse and Flash and Supergirl?
Yeah,
Do
there's got to be
complete
people.
team up again.
Yeah, there's got to be people who can sing, and they can auto-tune them if they have to or whatever.
They did a better job with like Buffy
Oh my God, Buffy is to die though.
with the musical.
Yes. Buffy the musical episode was, the best. Yeah. Yeah, I thought they had so much talent to choose from. And and I didn't know, now, I don't know about y'all, I can't hate Merlin anymore on freaking Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow because he sang so good.
Yeah.
And like he got all melty in my heart and stuff. And he was even a bad guy, gangster on The Flash. And now I'm like, oh, I kind of like him now. Like, the singing melted my heart. And I'm like, oh, Merlin can sing. Like, they can all really sing.
Yeah.
I think they should have been like singing and singing and singing and singing. And maybe that's like hard to do in production. I don't know like what it's like, but I felt like there was way too much talking. Like when you find Iris and Mon-El, right? When they find Iris and Mon-El, that would have been a perfect time for like Iris and Mon-El to be singing about like how much they love each other and blah blah blah, and then for like Flash and Supergirl to be singing about like Romeo and Juliet and how you're love and then
Yeah, but if you can't sing and you auto-tune them, that's a boo. You can't auto-tune it. No, boo.
Why boo?
Boo. You can't auto-tune it.
No?
I don't know. What do y'all think?
I thought
If it's going to be a musical, it needs to be a musical. They need to sing. They need to learn how to sing if they're going to do it.
But like if you have so many of them can sing and you only have like 1 or 2 that are okay, you can auto-tune like them. I think it's okay. No? Get fake singers to sing for them and they just mouth the parts?
Maybe. Maybe that.
Get like some Broadway singers to come in and sing for them and they just mouth the parts in the episode? I'd go for that. Milli Vanilli that mess.
No, don't do that.
Girl, you know it's
Don't do
girl,
that.
you know it's true. Ooh, ooh,
Don't do
ooh,
that.
Ooh, love you. Hey, I loved Milli Vanilli until I found out. So there's another. So speaking of musicals, there was another musical that we saw just recently, and you thought that you weren't gonna really like it.
Which one?
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed that quite. I didn't think I was gonna hate it.
No, you didn't think you were gonna hate it, but you were like, It's like a kid's cartoon come to life. Like, who cares, right? You went for me. I mean, let's be honest. It's not like
No,
you
I
would have
went
gone.
for you, but it was good.
Yeah. It was. I thought it was beyond
The
good.
singing was off the hook.
The singing was great. People are really upset that they auto-tuned Emma Watson, but I didn't think it was that bad. I liked it. I guess because I know those songs by heart and I was singing them in the theater. like really softly though, so the other people didn't have to hear me. But I'm sure Vince heard me singing. Yeah.
Yes, the
I
entire
couldn't
time.
help it. But what I liked about it was that Disney added, because I'm a huge Disney. Y'all can't see my shirt, but here, I'll show you. I'll show you. This is me today. I love Mickey all the time. I love the mouse. I love the mouse. I'm a house mouse. So I love all things Disney. I do. And I mean, Star Wars and stuff is all Disney now too. So what are y'all gonna do about it?
So is Marvel.
Yeah. So I was really excited, and I loved that the Disney creators, so they bring it to life. Emma Watson is like a very smart pick. All the Harry Potter fans just like, flocking to it, right? And it's Beauty and the Beast, which a lot of people, it was one of the higher grossing Disney movies to begin with. But they added some new songs, which I liked about it. So it gave some interest, so it wasn't exactly like the movie. They added some scene things. They added things about Belle's mom that weren't in the cartoon movie, so I really liked that. What I was most surprised by is I have several friends and family members who are of the highly religious variety. And so they wanted us to boycott Disney yet again. They're always calling for me to boycott Disney. But this time I was supposed to boycott Disney because of the homosexual scenes in Beauty and the Beast. So I'm waiting because I thought, well, didn't everybody know that there was homosexuality in Beauty and the Beast? I mean, it was pretty obvious in the cartoon when LeFou is singing about Gaston and he ends up accidentally dancing with Gaston and Gaston swinging him around and he's got this big look on his face like, I love you, Gaston, you're touching me. And, Gaston flings him away or whatever. It seemed to me that people already knew that there was this undertone that LeFou was in love with Gaston. Like, what kind of dude sings a song about a guy he's not in love with, right? But whatever. So I'm waiting through the whole movie because I'm thinking, well, they're going to, he's going to kiss him. He's going to make some advance on him in this movie, right? Because it's adults and they're human beings. They're not cartoon characters. And nothing. There was nothing. There was.
Well, I mean,
I don't understand what we were
I don't know if it was
boycotting.
about that or if it was about the transvestite.
But he wasn't. I mean,
the
it wasn't
wardrobe
threw some clothes on him,
thing.
and he was like, like he loved the clothes. I mean, what are they gonna do? What are people gonna do? Because guess what's the next movie that they're supposed to go live action with?
What?
Mulan.
Oh.
Mulan dresses up like a man to get into the military to take her father's place, and at the end of the movie, all the men, a bunch of the men in her regiment dress up like women to get past the guards. And they're all...
And Scarlett Johansson's going to be Mulan.
Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. Oh, my God. I'm just going to put the lens on Vince and see if lightning strikes because...
She's in everything else. Why not?
That was so good. If I could high five you from here, I totally would. That was freaking perfect. Oh my God, you suck. That would be hilarious. People would lose their mess, dude. Forget about the gay undertones. Scarlett Johansson is another Asian woman. Forget it. Forget. You're still gonna go watch Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
They had to put her in Ghost in the Shell so that they could get mainstream people to come watch the movie so they could pay for what it cost to produce it. They had to.
Otherwise, who are they going to get to put on there?
We just don't have anybody yet who's a big enough name to get mainstream people to pay the money to watch it.
She's got the body for it.
Oh, she's got the body for all kinds of things, but I don't think that's this kind of show. So. She's very pretty. She's extremely beautiful. Yeah, I have no problems with her. And she's been in tons of action movies already, so you know that she has the chops for an action film.
Yeah.
Like
Hoodie asks, have you watched Iron Fist? Thanks for saying that, Hoodie. Yes, I have watched Iron Fist, and I actually like it.
Oh, I fell asleep. I thought it was boring. Boring.
I didn't think it was boring. I thought it was really good.
You like everything. Hoodie, don't ask me.
Did I like it as much as Daredevil? No.
Nothing can be Daredevil.
No.
So far, Flash and Daredevil have everything beat. Even Arrow can't hold a candle to me to Flash. It can't. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't hold a candle. Legends of Tomorrow, I'll watch them, but I'm usually on my phone or on my computer or something while they're going on.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Fist was tough to watch.
Yeah, but you're like half watching, half not.
It's boring. It was boring.
Because you're not watching it.
No, I was boring. What did Hoodie think?
He loved it. He thought it was great.
Okay, well, you and Hoodie should hang out more.
People complained about him being white. I don't know much about the Iron Fist story, so I don't know.
Yeah, I had never even heard of it before. I didn't even know it was a thing. So, I mean, the backstory makes you think he's white, you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, it didn't lead you to believe. I mean, because he's accidentally found out. Is that any? I wonder if that's even part of it, like where his family crashed and he's accidentally found by monks and risen and trained by them. I don't know if that's even part of the backstory, or if they just made all that mess up.
Hoodie says he has always been white. Well, there you go.
Well, if he's always been white, then why were people upset with him being white? I don't understand sometimes. I feel confused. So ask Hoodie or Hoodie can hear me.
Yeah.
Hoodie, what is the backstory like? Is that what happened? Like that his family crashed and then he got found by these monks and brought up? Is that the same thing?
Oh, he says because it's a kung fu show. Well, also kung fu. He was a white guy, but he's supposed to be.
Wasn't that David Carradine?
Carradine.
Oh man, that was a good show.
But he's dead.
Well, he was old.
Oh,
he was old when we were young.
Weird too.
Yeah, I'm looking up this dude, Iron Fist. He's a white dude.
Yeah.
He punches Iron Man in this comic.
Yes, his family was eaten by wolves.
His family was eaten by wolves. How lovely.
Fun.
That's wonderful. Fun times.
No, I'm quite enjoying it. I'm watching it by myself, but
Hey, I'm scrapbooking, so it's all good.
I don't think the fight choreography is as good as Daredevil. But
You know, I think I'm forever spoiled because we watched so much Jackie Chan. Like so much Jackie Chan. That I feel like I have a certain expectation of what fight scenes should look like. Because even then, like for me, Jackie Chan's fight scenes are superbly choreographed. Like to the intricate details.
yeah,
to me, I don't see the pauses and stuff.
But like Daredevil is not. That's like bare knuckles going after it kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's like stumbling and falling, so it's completely different from Jackie Chan stuff.
Yeah, but it's seamless choreography is what I'm talking about. It's very seamless, very believable choreography. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in Daredevil, you feel the pain of like him getting his butt kicked. Like you can feel him.
Yeah.
And he's totally not. It's acting. Like in your head, you know it's acting. But when you're watching it, for me, when I'm watching Daredevil, I'm in pain. Like, the choreography is seamless. It comes across really well. The acting comes across really well. I don't know. There's something special about Daredevil that I like. And there are, like, certain action movies that I feel are like that, too.
But is it because you have more information, you know more about Daredevil than you do Iron Fist?
No, the only thing I know about Daredevil was Ben Affleck being Daredevil.
But that's still more.
Yeah, but that already sets an expectation or a precedent that it should be a certain way. Whereas Iron Fist, I'm coming into it clean, just like watching a new thing. I don't know, I just thought it was boring. I couldn't connect to the actors. I was like, all right. Like, I don't know. It didn't work for me. Like, maybe it'll grow on me.
It seemed very reminiscent of Doctor Strange.
I struggled with Supergirl at first and couldn't find my way, and I thought I
I
wasn't going to like
really
that.
like Supergirl.
I
A
do
lot.
really like it now, but when it first came out, I struggled with it. I have to make that connection with the actor and the character. The character has to be likable, believable, have a believable vulnerability for me. And I don't know, there's something about this actor that's not working for me right now. But like, you really liked Sense8, and I never could get into that one either.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, and I knew a lot of people that loved Sense8, and I couldn't get
Yeah.
into that one either. So, everybody has their little tastes and quirks, and Iron Fist didn't work for me. I didn't like it. And do you know what they're coming out with next? I thought they were going to do Black Panther.
Are they?
Or are they going to do a movie?
For Black Panther?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought,
Or no, Captain Marvel's the next movie they're doing, right?
I don't remember.
They're going to bring another one of them to the big screen like they did Ant-Man but somebody that you wouldn't necessarily Punisher they're going to do as a show, right?
Yeah.
On Netflix, yeah. They're going to do that with what's his face that used to be on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yes, right? That guy. Oh, speaking of The Walking Dead,
That bumped into my chair, and he said, "Sorry, bro."
Oh yeah, John Bernthal.
Yeah.
Been watching The Walking Dead too,
Yeah.
and freaking Eugene, he's such a weasel, dude.
He's smart, though.
Such a weasel.
He's smart, though. He really is smart.
I can't believe Sasha was so stupid, but I don't think Sasha's dead. Like, I think that, I think he kept her. I think Negan keeps Sasha. What do you think? You think she's dead?
I don't know.
Dude, and then
Did
I
he
didn't
find
realize...
her?
I
He didn't find
realize-
her.
Yeah, she's running through, and you hear pew, 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 all the gunshots, and then I think there was something on the previews that indicates that, like, he was either talking to her or captured her or something. I think so. I don't know. We'll find out. And then
Oh, Sasha. Oh, okay. I was thinking about somebody else.
oh,
I was thinking about his wife.
the one that left.
Yeah.
No, he didn't catch her. She's gone.
She's gone.
And it didn't dawn on me until we watched Bones that there's only one more Bones left.
Yeah.
And then what am I going to do now with without David Boreanaz? Can we go back to Angel?
Angel again.
Can we get Angel and Buffy back
He's
now?
too old.
Why, you don't believe old vampires, right? Because when they're turned, they don't age.
Yeah.
So they'd have to CGI his face or something. I don't know.
Or do something to... I don't know. I don't think he can pull it off anymore.
No, probably not. But he, and he's had 2 really good long runs. So I'm curious. I'll be curious to see what he does next. Yeah. And then I wonder if Bones, and I don't remember what her name is, if she's going to do something else.
She's what's her name's sister.
Yeah, Deschanel.
Yeah.
Zoe Deschanel. She's Emily Deschanel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if she'll do anything else.
I don't know. I think she got typecast.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't think she can do anything else.
Because everybody will always see her as
As
Bones. But I thought I wasn't going to be able to see him as not Angel. And it worked out. I felt it worked out. I really began to see him as Booth. And Angel began to kind of dwindle into the back for me. So it's hard with some of these actors, right? You associate them with these characters, especially when they've been these characters for like years and years. Like, I know that happened to Noah Wyle. Although he did go on and do The Librarians eventually.
Yeah.
And people really caught on with him in that. But he struggled after ER to really find a way. I would think that I think that happens with Will Wheaton.
Well, he was in that movie Pirates of Silicon Valley or something like that.
Oh,
think
yes,
it was.
something like that. Mm-hmm.
That was a really good one. I think that's when he started his climb.
Out of being who he was. And I think
Yeah.
it's harder for the actors when they're characters when they're younger. Like like I was saying, Will Wheaton. Like I think it's very hard for him because for a lot of people he's Wesley Crusher, you know. And he's Wesley Crusher, and he's Wesley Crusher, or he's the little kid from Stand By Me. So.
And now he just plays himself.
And now he's himself.
He plays himself on what's
On his own channel.
No, on whatchamacallit, when he's on
Oh, on The Big Bang Theory.
on The Big Bang Theory, he plays himself.
Yeah. Well, guess what time it is, sir?
It's pledge pricking time.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's it at all. It's 7:02.
So yeah, we started a little bit late.
Burley.
So we talked about Poppy.
I'm Poppy.
I'm Poppy.
I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy.
So if you haven't caught it, definitely check it out. It's like I said, it says
It's
a lot
cool in
of-
a weird way. Yeah.
It's cool in a weird way.
Yeah, it is cool in a weird way. You can't help it. It's like hypnotic because
Yeah.
of her little voice. Yeah.
And if you want to look more into it, or you want to ask me something, I'll probably do a video of how to get that website. If you didn't figure out how to do it by now. And that'll be fun. You'll like it. You'll enjoy it. It's different. It's different. Like I said, it's really cool that the job that they went to hide it the way that they did. So, hopefully you can check it out. We opened up a loot crate, which was I like Old Man Logan. T-shirt, okay. The pen was cool.
The pen was cool. I liked the pen.
This is kind of cool to like put up somewhere.
Yeah. I like the bottle opener.
Yes, the bottle opener's cool looking.
I like
it's
the-
really cool looking.
The Predator.
We talked about Flash.
Flash.
We talked about
Oh, wrong Flash.
And we talked about
Glee. And Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast, Belle and the Beast. So
Kill
yeah,
the Beast.
no, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad we're back. If you liked our video, give us a thumbs up. If you're on YouTube or you're watching us on YouTube, give us subscribe to us. If you're on yeah, you can do that too. If you're on Hitbox, you can follow us there. If you're on Twitch, you can follow us there. So, and like us there, and we're cool and have fun and talk about a lot of stuff. But thanks for tuning in. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen.
Geek out, I say.